Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk about getting out of bronze, aka Elo Hell. Now, after talking to a bunch of my friends stuck in bronze, the same word kept coming up, Elo Hell. And after more questioning, almost all of them were complaining that they have trolls and feeders in their games, making it impossible to climb and that they deserve to be in silver. So I guess the first thing I'll be addressing in this video will be, there is no such thing as Elo Hell. That's right, I just said it. Everyone who plays League of Legends experiences teammates who don't do so well and unfortunately trolls. But if you truly are better than every other bronze player and deserve to be silver, then you should have no problem carrying most of your games because you really only need to win 50% of the time to be climbing through bronze. And if you can't do at least that, then I'm sorry, but you deserve to be in bronze. Now that that's out of the way, I can get into some tips that have helped me climb throughout the years, and that first one being what champions to play and what roles are the best. In my opinion, the best and easiest champs to carry with are snowballing assassins, be that AP mids, AD tops, or junglers. Playing top laners like Maokai or junglers like Amumu can be very strong if you get enough gold, but effectively, if your team isn't doing that well, that means you have no damage to follow up with your tankiness and crowd control. While playing a few ranked games on a bronze 5 account, the amount of players picking champs that they have never played before or unorthodox picks made my jaw drop. Just stick to one or two champions, preferably that can do both of the roles you queue for. For instance, I main Pantheon and Fiora top. Pantheon destroys squishies but has a hard time dealing with tanks. On the other hand, Fiora demolishes tanks because of her vital passives. Here are some easy champs that can carry that I recommend playing for your role. Top lane, Pantheon. He's a very easy champ to use, requiring only a little advantage to completely stomp his lane and carry a game. Mid lane, Annie. Without a doubt one of the easiest champions in the game, doing such insane damage. If you get ahead just like Pantheon, it is very easy to carry a game, but doesn't fall off as hard if you fail to win lane, and can still be a threat no matter how laning phase goes. Jungle, Master Yi. Requiring only to farm nothing else, Yi just Qs and right clicks his way to victory. There are very few champions that can go toe to toe with late game Master Yi, making him a very strong pick in lower elos. I honestly feel that bot lane shouldn't be played if you are trying to solo carry in bronze, because you have to rely on your teammates too much, and if you want to main support in bronze, I honestly feel bad for you. I'm not saying you can't carry in bot lane, it's just so much harder to do so than the other three roles. Champions you should never play unless you have really practiced hard within normals, and I see far too many low elo players completely fail with these champions are Zed, Yasuo, Riven, Fiora, Azir, Kalista, Jhin, Bard, Vel'Koz, LeBlanc, and Lee Sin. They're all high skill cap champions that require a decent amount of skill to perform well with. Something that can really improve your gameplay is recording your games and watching them after you play them. Viewing recorded games gives you a really good grasp on how good you're performing with certain champions and picking up on your mistakes. Fixing those mistakes the next time you play can really improve a player quickly. Probably the most important one on here is to not rage at your teammates. If you're doing well and your teammates keep feeding, don't rage at them and tilt even harder, or start typing an all chat about how bad your team is. You're literally just lowering your team's morale and being a dick. Generally, if you're doing well, people listen to your instructions and you can coordinate them around what you want to do. If someone on your team is flaming you, either ignore them or mute them. It sucks sometimes when you have to mute people, but some people just want to blame everything that goes wrong on others, and they're the people that usually are stuck in bronze for the longest time. In laning phase, you should try to focus on getting kills as much as possible to snowball, but at the same time not dying or dropping a CS lead. I've laned against many players who have a 20 CS score by 10 minutes, and that is complete garbage. If you can't get kills, you need to make sure you're doing everything you can to not die and really focus on farm. Roaming's also a big part of snowballing a low elo game. A lot of players don't ward and overextend, so using TP to gank bot lane or simply just ganking lane can help to make sure your team gets fed, as well as making sure no one on the enemy team is getting equally as fed as you are, denying them time in lane. When it comes to team fighting, you usually want to ping your teammates to go in first and engage it. Otherwise you're going to get jumped on by every enemy team member and they're going to use every cooldown they have on you. Always target the most threatening enemy team member first. Make it your goal to eliminate the two most fed people on the team. If you can do that alone, you should win every match. But of course you can't always be that fed and you can't win every match. And lastly, never surrender. Doesn't matter how hard you were losing, just keep playing the game out and it's almost guaranteed the enemy will make a mistake, which allows you to get a Baron off it, or sometimes game-changing team fights. In bronze, the teams have a lot of trouble closing out games, and instead of taking objectives like Baron or towers, like they should be doing, they'll spend all their time chasing an Alistar that got away in a team fight. So to sum it all up, pick easy champions that you're good with and have high chance of carrying a game. Try and stick to top or mid or jungle, as they have an easier job of controlling the map. Don't flame, it will literally lose you some games you can win and there's no need for it. View recording of your games to make sure you're doing everything within your power to carry the game. Accept that you can't win every game, but never blame anyone else for it, because at some point there was probably something you could have done better. Try and roam and help out your team as much as possible. Don't be afraid to type information to them, such as "we need you to do this in a fight." Never ever surrender, because in bronze anything can happen. And if you do this, I guarantee you'll be able to climb out of bronze. And in 50 games, if you still haven't escaped bronze, I will personally review your gameplay and tell you everything that you're doing wrong. All you have to do is follow me on Twitter and message me your in-game name. Anyway guys, if this gets enough likes, I'll upload guides on getting out of bronze easily with certain champions in all roles. If you like my video, I would appreciate any support and feedback, and subs are always appreciated. Thanks.